Hi everyone, Leah here from EurekaCrystalBeads.com with another fun beading video for you. Before I get started, just a quick reminder to go check out the rest of our channel, and if you like what you see, hit the subscribe button and notification bell and you'll always know when we're posting new content. So, at long last, I have the final installment of our Pave design series, the Pave crystal earrings. So, the crystal Pave style has been our most popular and well-received video series. And if you haven't watched the original bracelet video, the follow-up bracelet video Q&A, and the necklace design video, we will link you below, so you're going to want to go take a look for sure. So, to make our earring design here, here's what we're going to need. We're going to need 3mm Swarovski Crystal bicones. We'll need a total of 24, 12 per side. We're also going to need some 4mm and 6mm pearls. We'll need 2 of each. So as you can see here, I have left what I need for the final half of my earring. We will need some size 11 seed beads here. I'm using a lovely silver galvanized color. And of course we need our ear wires. As far as everything else, we will need some chain nose pliers to attach our ear wires. We're going to use some 6-pound fire line. I did a wingspan will make the entire pair. So about a half a wingspan for what's left, which is just to make the other side. And you'll need a size 12 needle. And if you'd like, you can wax your fire line, but that's certainly optional depending on your preference. So to get started, if you've seen the bracelet and the necklace video, let me just throw that bracelet in here. If you've seen the bracelet or the necklace video, you know that to get started, we have a little beaded loop. And that's how we're going to get started on this side as well. And that beaded loop is what we'll attach to our ear wire. So I'm going to pick up 7 seed beads. I'm going to bring them to almost the end of my piece of fire line. I'm going to leave a tail that's long enough that I can weave them in later. We're going to go back down through the first of those 7 seed beads, and that's what's going to create a loop. And eventually our ear wire will be attached to that loop. Now, for the time being, just to keep this loop a little tighter, we are going to take our tail and our working thread, and we're going to tie them in a square knot. If you're not familiar with a square knot, it's like a double knot, but that second knot is backwards. So it's like right over left and then left over right. And this tail will eventually get woven in, and we're going to have some reinforcement here. So this really is just a temporary measure. This knot is not what's holding the earring together. Now we're going to pick up our 4mm pearl and 3 seed beads. We're going to create a little tree, which if you've seen the previous videos, this should be a review for you, but if you haven't, what we're going to do is create a little group of 3 seed beads that I like to call a tree, and that's the visual analogy that I like to use, and you'll see why in a minute. So I'm going to go down just the first seed bead, back down through the pearl, and then I'm going to loop back through this entire little seed beaded loop there. And as I pull this tight, I want these 3 seed beads to sit a certain way, and right now they're kind of sitting a little wonky. You have to usually pop them into place a little bit. What you want to see are 2 seed beads on the top sitting next to each other. I call them my branches, my left branch and then my right branch. And then I have my little seed bead at the bottom, which is my trunk. We're going to create 3 of those. So now we have to loop back through our little seed beads here and go right back up to make another tree. So this is going to add some reinforcement, but it's also a way for us to just turn right around and head back on up to the top of the beadwork. You want to eventually just pop out of the pearl. Don't worry about that seed beaded tree we created. Each of the 3 trees that we make, they're going to start off being individual little structures. So now we're going to create another tree. So we're going to pick up another 3 seed beads. Slide them all the way down. And just ignore that other tree is there if you can, because these, like I said, they're going to be separate for the time being. We're going to go back down through that first seed bead, back down through the pearl, and then loop back around through that little seed bead loop so that way we can come back up and repeat. And again, you're usually going to have to pop that little tree into place a little bit before you're able to pull it tight. Because you want those two seed beads to sit next to each other. So you can see we made another little tree with our trunk and then our left branch and our right branch. We're going to head back down into that seed beaded loop so we can do a little U-turn to head right back up and do it one more time. All right, so as you can see, I'm coming up from the pearl again. We're going to make one more little tree, one more little group of 3. We'll pop it into place. We'll head back down, go through our loop, come back out again, and I'll see you back here in a minute when I have that done. All right, we have all 3 of our little trees created. You can see each one is topped with 2 little branches, our left branches and our right branches. Now what I'm going to do to start a little mini pave section of our earrings is I'm going to pick one of the trees, doesn't matter which one, and I'm going to go up the trunk and then up the left branch. Okay, pull that all the way through. Now we're going to do just a little cute section of pave. And again, if you've seen the previous videos, you'll be familiar with what this is going to look like. I'm going to pick up a crystal and then a seed bead. Now I'm coming up from that left branch. I've picked up my 2 beads. I'm going to go down the right branch. And sometimes you have to pop these into place a little bit to get them to sit at that very typical looking herringbone V formation. Now we're going to head up into the left branch of the next little tree. And we're going to repeat that. I'm going to pick up crystal and then seed bead. Coming up from that left branch. I'm going to go down the right branch. And don't pull hard. If you're trying to get your beads to sit correctly, just pop them into place with your finger. And then go up the left branch of the 3rd tree. Crystal and then seed bead. And go down the right branch of that tree. Pop them into place if you have to. Now to finish up this row here, we have to do a step up. And a step up, if you're not familiar with that, it's a step within a beading stitch that completes the row you're working on and sets you up to start the next row. So in this case, we have to have one little stitch of thread going from here to here because this our trees can kind of split apart a little easily in this area versus here where we have stitches of thread holding them together. So the step up is to go through the top 2 left branches on the very first tree now that you're back around. So in this case, that's a seed bead and then the crystal on top of it. And it sews that last little bit in. So that's our step up. So what you'll end up doing is pairs of seed beads, 3 pairs of beads, and then a step up, 3 pairs of beads, and then your step up. So we're going to do this again, but the way we're going to change it up is we're going to alternate how we picked up our beads. So before we picked up crystal and then seed bead, now we're going to pick up seed bead, then crystal. So I'm coming up from the left branch, which now does happen to be a crystal. And I'm going to go down the right branch, which is a seed bead. They popped into place nicely, but you can see how they alternate. We're going to go up the left branch of the next tree, which means going up through that crystal. We're going to pick up seed bead, then crystal. And if you're not sure, you get confused, just remember, right now I'm coming up from a crystal, therefore it's the seed bead that I'm going to pick up first, because it's that first bead that's going to sit on top of the one I'm coming out of currently. So we want those to alternate. And now we're going to switch, go to our final tree, go up the left branch of our final tree. And once more, pick up seed bead, then crystal. Go down the right branch. And now it's time for our step up. And again, the step up is the top 2 beads of the left branch side of the first tree that you started with. So we're back full circle, we're back to that first tree. So in this case, it's going to be crystal and then seed bead. In the last round, it was seed bead, then crystal. And that pulls this in. So that way the same stitch of thread is at the same level, around the pave tube. So we're going to do this one more time. crystal seed bead. Pop it into place. Move to the next tree by going up the left branch. Crystal seed bead. Remember, this is opposite of what the previous row was. And go down the right branch. Again, usually you're going to have to pop them into place, especially using the crystals because they tend to snag a little bit, and that's especially why you don't want to pull too hard. And then now we're going to go up. We're going to drop our needle. Then we're going to go up our left branch of the third tree. Crystal and then seed bead. Down the right branch. Pop them into place. If you find there's any resistance, don't pull hard. And then now it's time for our step up. And again, our step up is moving back to that first tree. And you normally are used to going up the left branch to move from tree to tree. In this case, you're going up through the top 2 left branches of that tree. So we're back to where it is a seed bead, then a crystal. And that's going to sew that little section together. You don't get caught around it like I just did. Pulls it right in. So this is what we have so far. Now what we're going to do is start to taper in the pave very similarly to what we did here, only it's going to happen in reverse because we're going to top it with a pearl and a little picot, which is a little group of 3 beads that sit in a nice little triangle. It's a nice little element to add to a lot of your beadwork. So we're going to get that started in just a second. All right, I did one more row with crystals and seed beads. So that way we've used up our 12 bicones. And now we're just going to do one row going around the circle, but with just seed beads. This is going to help to start taper down our little pave tube here. So the trick with herringbone, especially if you're using different sizes of beads or different shapes of beads, is to not pay attention to the type of bead that you're going through, but rather just that it's a bead. The more you focus too much on what type of bead it is, the more you can overthink it. Just look at it as you're picking up 2 beads and then you're going down a branch and then up a branch and doing a step up, going up through the top 2 beads. Don't worry as much about, was the crystal bead correct? Was the seed bead correct? Just look at it as, okay, so for example, with your step up, your top 2 beads, whatever those top 2 beads might be. So in this case, that our round was with seed beads. So now our step up is just whatever the top 2 left branch beads are on this first tree. In this case, it does happen to be 2 seed beads, but as long as it's the top 2 left branch beads, you're good to go. Okay, so now we're going to taper down even more. We're going to pick up just a single seed bead, and then we're going to pick up our pearl and 3 seed beads that at the bottom will be that little picot. And I'm going to ignore those 3 beads because by just going back down through the pearl, that's how we'll get that nice little picot shape. We're going to go back down through the pearl and then pick up that single seed bead that we started with. And we had been coming up through the left branch. Now we're going to go down through the right branch after having also gone down through that single seed bead. You can see the picot forms nicely into place. Picots are a really great element to add to your beadwork. They just make everything look a little fancier. So now we're going to move to the next tree by going up the left branch. We're going to pick up a new single seed bead. We're going to go up the pearl. You can see it starts to taper it in. We're going to go through the 3 beads of our picot, just as a means of doing a little U-turn to go back down through our beadwork, through our pearl. And when you go back down through your pearl, you're also going to snag that little single seed bead as well that we had picked up. And then go back down, or go down the branch, the right branch of that same tree. All right, so we were coming up from the left branch here. We picked up the single seed bead. as a means of tapering. We've gone up through the pearl and we pulled a little U-turn through those 3 seed beads, went back down the pearl, went back down through that single same seed bead, and now back down through the right branch. Now we'll go up the left branch of the final tree. And you can see it really pulls in nicely. We'll pick up our last little single seed bead. I'm going to go up through the pearl again. Remember, just keep your eye on that single seed bead. I know it can be a little tough when they're all the same color, but keep your eye on that single seed bead as you're beading, and that way you'll know which one you have to go back down once you go back down through the pearl. It can be a little tricky at first, but eventually you'll be able to recognize it pretty easily because it's usually right next to an area that needs to be sewn together. Back down through our pearl. And it goes back down through that single seed bead. And then back down through the right branch. So we had been coming up from the left branch. We picked up the single seed bead, went up the whole little pearl picot area, back down, went back down through that single seed bead, and now we'll go back down through the right branch. Now to finish this up, to do our step up, just like normal, we do have to go through the top 2 left branch beads. So in this case, because we tapered, that means the top left branch, that was a pair of branches, and then that single seed bead that we first added as we started to taper. Might get a little tight in there, but it's totally doable with the size 12 needle and the 6-pound fire line. All right, so I've gone up through that pearl, and as you can see, my taper is now complete. I have this lovely little pave section, and the last thing we have to do is just weave out our thread. So I like to start that right down here in our little picot, because it's easy to get right in there and make our overhand knot. So you can see the little loop of thread that I made just by going behind the beadwork. That brings a little knot right down in between those beads. I'm going to go through another bead, catch my needle underneath the thread path that's in between those 2 beads, pull almost all the way through. We get our little beaded loop and close that knot down. Now what we'll do is head back up that pearl and we'll weave out a little bit more within the tube. But we're going to want to make sure that as we go through our pave tube, we're not pulling anything too tight because it is sort of like a little slinky tube. It has a little movement in it when you kind of roll it in your fingers. So we want to make sure that we don't pull anything too tight, but we're just going to weave through the beads a little bit before we cut off our thread. You can even weave back up to that beaded loop at the top if you'd like. Let's see. We're going to snip off our thread here. Oops. And then lastly, we're just going to use our chain nose pliers to open up our little loop on our ear wire. We're going to stick our beaded loop right through there and then nudge it back shut. And then now we have this adorable pair of Pave crystal earrings. They whip up nice and fast, which is really good. They're great for gifts. As you can see, it goes beautifully with our Pave crystal bracelet. All right, folks, that wraps it up. Thanks for watching. Make sure to visit us on over at eurekacrystalbeads.com for all the materials used in this video, as well as any of the other beading and jewelry needs. Bye.